The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate it all. Now let's talk about peace because that word has been shouted loudly but practiced quietly. Peace? President? You guys. MAGA. Where is your peace, President? Where is the leader who promised? Calm but keeps beating the drums of war. Because what we are hearing today sounds no different from the warmongers of the past. Peace, they say, yet the talk is full force attacks, decapitation strikes, and the reckless march towards Iran. When Iran reacts, as any nation would, with tremendous military force, the consequences won't stay on the battlefield. They will shake the world. The Strait of Hormuz, through which 25 to 30% of the world oil flows, becomes the next casualty. Oil tightens, price explodes, global tension deepens. So, what's the backup plan? Venezuela set the stage, secure the reserves, and prepare to replace the oil that will vanish from the Persian Gulf. This isn't peace. This is strategy wrapped in slogan. This is power politics dressed up as patriotism. And the question remains, who is this peace? Then, what does war really look like? A pastor, Pastor Chucky Baldwin, spilled this fact, exposing the deep plans of the United States of America, Donald Trump. According to him, we all claim he is a peace lover, but he has a better agenda.
What happened to the peace president, you guys? Hey, MAGA!
Woo!
Where's your peace president?
Where you at?
He is as much a warmonger as any president we've ever had.
Preach!
We're going to attack Iran. Full force attack.
Right.
Decapitation, conquer Israel, United States together. We're going to attack Iran. Iran is going to react with tremendous military force.
Keep going. Keep going.
That will result in many things, including the temporary, if not elongated, reduction or stoppage of oil coming out of the Strait of Hormuz.
That part.
Which is about, 25-30% of the oil that we use in the United States. So if that happens, we have to have an oil backup
You're getting
plan.
there.
Enter Venezuela.
Woo! Keep talking.
So we are setting the stage
Exactly.
so we can have the oil reserves from Venezuela to make up for the lack of oil coming out of Iran and the Persian Gulf after the war is launched against Iran.
Preach!
That's what's going on here.
Churches and such on.
This is a setting the stage. This is stage one of war with Iran. Each of these attacks are illegal, unconstitutional, and immoral. We are now witnessing firsthand what America's founding fathers fought so hard to deliver us from.
Tell them.
An aconstitutional, lawless, thuggish government.
Woo! America, we've got to wake up. You know, I don't doubt that Nicolas Maduro is a thug. I don't doubt that. But so is Trump. I don't doubt that Maduro is a criminal. But so is Trump. I don't doubt that Maduro rigged the elections, but so did Trump. I don't doubt that Maduro tried to silence his critics, but so has Trump. I don't doubt that he tried to enrich himself, but so has Trump. I don't doubt that he has weaponized the justice system, but so has Donald Trump. I don't doubt that Maduro has lied to his people, but I want you to know each and every day he looks in the camera and he lies to us. so has Donald Trump.
Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm going to say this as calmly as I can because some of you are getting on my last God-given nerves. Donald Trump's launch of airstrikes on northern Nigeria had absolutely nothing to do with saving Christians. It was never his intention. It is clear that it was a show of dominance and power for an absolutely different ulterior motive. I need you to start to critically think and ask serious questions like, why did Trump target these specific communities in Sokoto State in northern Nigeria, which have experienced zero or little terrorist incidents? Listen in.
We have spoken to a journalist on the ground in Sokoto who said to us that one of the communities hit by the strikes has never reported any incident of terror, and that the two communities hit simultaneously, there is only expected to be one where maybe potentially some hideouts of IS-affiliated fighters have been hit. Still very unclear, but in the community that has never reported any terror, they haven't had any casualties, but some homes of civilians have been partially.
Now you heard that. One of those three communities experienced no terrorism. The other one is another one maybe has had some. You mean you bombed Nigerians on a freaking maybe? On a maybe. You damaged homes? You hurt Nigerians on a maybe. Are you asking yourselves, why didn't he launch airstrikes on those other northern Nigerian states that are rife with terrorists? You know, Kanu, Plateau, Bornu, all of these other ones that we constantly hear about terrorist attacks. Why go to specific communities in Sokoto that have zero or little? Why? Because this is part of the calculated strategy. A calculated strategy to weaponize the murder and persecution of Nigerian Christians and Muslims to further America's capitalist interests. Because if you don't know, America has been funding Boko Haram and ISIS and have always known that these terrorist groups kill, murder, and rape and did nothing to stop them because it suited their agenda. So right now, when they're swooping in as savior, nah, it's not because they care. It's because it's to further their capitalist interests. And two, they're using Sokoto State as the backdoor to Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. You know, the new axis of African power that is shaking the West to its very core. The West see it as a threat to its access to African resources and as a threat to the West's dominance on African people. And for those of you who are gullible enough to believe that this was a collaboration with the Nigerian government, I have a bridge to sell you. This was no collaboration. It was a command from America. Trump was going to do whatever the heck he wants, and the Nigerian government is trying to save face by calling this a collaboration. Because think about it. If this was a collaboration, why would the Nigerian government take America all the way to Sokoto State, where there was little or no incidents of terrorist attacks, to those particular communities, and not to the states that are rife with terrorism? States that the Nigerian government, which is in bed with its terrorists and constantly has peace meetings with the terrorists and know these terrorists by name, by face, know their family, know where they're located, would definitely have taken them to the right people or right place if it was a real collaboration. People, please use the brain cells God gave you.
So in the United States, a police officer can shoot someone in the face sitting in a car. But in Iran, when these rioters and these terrorists are gunning down police officers, attacking police stations, destroying tens of fire engines, tens of public buses, many ambulances, they burned down a clinic. And a young nurse inside, she was burned alive. She couldn't get out. She kept going upstairs, but the fire kept going up, and she burned to death. They burned two young men in a mosque. They surrounded them and kept throwing Molotov cocktails, burned them alive. So this is what they were doing. They were shooting ordinary people. And then Western media says these are peaceful protesters. The Israelis beg to differ.
That Venezuela is just setting the stage because of what will happen to America. They are planning to attack Iran through or with Israel. And for that matter, they know the consequences and they have to start preparing towards that. This is a shocking revelation of all the things we have been hearing. That is why always we tell you there is no democratic leader, because the people who are going after leaders are all democratic leaders. We don't see other people trying to impose their wish on others, if not the same people preaching democracy. And in this, there is deeper revelation. Now we know all these saving Venezuela, doing this, that's how they always preach, so that the world will never know their main motive. Like a lot of us in Africa believe the story that they came into Africa to set Nigerians free, because they claim there is Christian genocide in Nigeria, to the point that you have our analysts sitting on television backing the United States of America, and they are calling the United States of America into Nigeria to come and save them. But after the so-called strikes that happened in Nigeria, what has been the fate? Has the Boko Haram activity stopped? The kidnapping? All that was going on, has it stopped? This is how they always clothe themselves and package themselves to the world. It's like these are people that we expect to know better and educate us. For one reason or the other, we don't know, because what we expect them to tell the African isn't what they are telling us. Pretending that the United States of America is coming to any nation to help that nation, then you need to wake up, because these people don't do things for free. We know with history the things that they have done and they are still doing. It's always the interest of the United States of America. We take Libya, for instance. Ever since Gaddafi was unalive, has the story of Libya changed? Was this the Libya they promised the Libyans? Yet you have Africans who are blinded to everything of these people because we just love them. Like the man is saying, they have bigger agenda. They know what they are after. They know what they are planning. And they know the consequences after their actions. So they need to prepare themselves towards that. And Africa, at the end of the day, we will suffer because we don't have any future plan. All our politics is 4 years, 5 years manifesto. We do not have a long-term national plan that we, in case of anything that will happen in this world, can use to protect ourselves. We are presenting ourselves to the world as if we are poor, and then we are surviving on the mercies of other people. So they keep on treating us the way we present ourselves to the world. This is a big revelation. There are a lot of things that are happening. We believe what they say. Sometimes when you even say something, people come and ask you, and what they said, did they say that? Did Donald Trump tell you that? It's because of the war they are preparing to have with Iran. That's why they captured the Venezuelan president, so they can have access to the oil for backup. But the African will always believe anything they put out to them. We don't read meanings, and even when you bring out what is hidden, the African will still ask you, did they say that? Did you hear that? Misinformation. Miss what? That's what a lot of you came and you were writing under my comment section affecting my channel. Look at the deeper revelations this man is bringing out. The African is slipping to the point that even when they're harming, they will not ask you, did they say they're harming me? They just said this. If they want to harm you, must they tell you they want to harm you? Like what happened in Nigeria. If they are looking for your oil, should they tell you they are looking for your oil? So with all these things that we know till date, you the African, you are just not ready to change. You expect that before they harm you, they should tell you. You need to wake up. That's why I love this preacher man exposing things to us. It is left unto you, the African, to either take it or you leave it, because everything of you is misinformation, because you expect your oppressor to tell you what they are after, which will never happen. Even you, when you are going to do evil, do you tell people? We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make African great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world and in the United States of America.